Hello, Internet! Welcome to Tales of Showcase, where we plan to retire to Seattle and open up a flower store. I'm your host, the Watcher of New Earth. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone! In light of today's holiday, I feel that we should look at a green-themed hero. And since I stupidly already looked at a Green Lantern comic a few weeks ago when I probably should have been looking at a Wolverine comic, we're stuck with Green Arrow. Published in 1987, Green Arrow the Longbow Hunters is often seen as the story that turned Green Arrow from the campy trick arrow guy into the more gritty urban vigilante that he is commonly seen as now. It is written and drawn by Mike Grell, who, after this series and the ongoing Green Arrow series that came after, has become most well known for his work on the Emerald Archer. This book is widely heralded as a classic and a must for any Green Arrow fan. We'll see. This is Green Arrow the Longbow Hunters, Book 1.
The hunters are dying off.
Surprisingly, hunting everything to the point of extinction proved to not be a viable meal plan.
We open in Seattle as we get shots of public places filled with city criminals.
We know they're bad guys because they smoke and wear jackets.
We follow a prostitute as she searches for customers. Her story is interrupted, however, with a shot of a naked woman in a panel that seems to be falling over.
See, this is what happens when you don't draw your panels on a good foundation.
There are all kinds of hunters. Some hunt for sport, some hunt to survive, and some just like to watch things die.
And others still do it because they become consumed with the idea of defeating their arch nemesis, despite decades of failure and body-mutilating incidents. Damn that Roadrunner!
The girl is stabbed and left to die by a mystery figure. As she lays there dying, she quietly asks why this happened.
You're a prostitute in a gritty superhero book. What did you think was going to happen? Also, you look a lot like April O'Neil, so there was no way this was ending well for you.
The murder is reported in the newspaper, which is being read by Oliver Queen, as he and Dinah Lance use newspapers to cover the windows of their new residence. As Oliver wonders whether they'll catch this murderer, who people have dubbed the Seattle Slasher, Dinah reads about another serial killer known as the Robin Hood Killer, who has now killed 4 people. As Ollie looks over the victims, he asks what a stockbroker, garage mechanic, farmer, and druggist would have in common.
Well, now they all have the same cause of death in common.
Dinah continues to board up the window as Oliver tells her to keep an eye out for the classifieds, as he still needs a job. Suddenly, a girl crashes in through the window.
Holy crap, are you alright? By the way, you're paying for that window.
As Dinah tends to the girl, who appears to be on drugs, Oliver calls the police. My name? Oliver Queen.
Close enough!
It's 5 years on a hellish island.
The ambulance arrives and Dinah goes with the girl to the hospital. When she gets back, she tells Oliver that the girl may have given her a serious lead on the Pacific drug trade. Oliver offers his help, but she says she'd prefer to go on her own. Before then, however, Oliver offers to give her a tour of the flower store, aptly named Sherwood Florist, and their living space above. After dinner, Oliver goes to hang a Robin Hood painting. Dinah jokes that Ollie loves that painting more than anything. He tells her it's not really the painting, it's more what it stands for.
Men in tights.
They're gone, aren't they? The memories are still there, but those old days of glory are gone for good.
Don't worry, man. We'll always remember Season 2.
Ollie goes on, reminiscing about the old days and seemingly coming to terms with his age, as he realizes he's technically a grandfather, seeing as his adopted son Roy Harper now has a child. Oliver then transitions to talking about his time stranded on the island. He talks about how he was forced to hunt and kill to survive, and after realizing how much he enjoyed it, he swore to never kill again. Ollie then recounts how the legend of the Green Arrow actually began, as people believed he stopped pirates on the island, but actually it was just 2 guys checking on their marijuana crop. Oliver says they called him Green Arrow because after sampling their product, they were saying green everything.
Pretty sure that's not how marijuana works, but whatever.
Oliver says that he enjoyed the rush so much that once he got home he became the Green Arrow and enjoyed the hell out of it. Until it cost him everything. Now he feels that the thrill of the game is gone, as he's gotten more and more distracted with the gimmicks and trick arrows, he's forgotten the basics. It's at this point he realizes that Dinah's gone upstairs and left him alone. She reappears, however, dressed in her classic Black Canary costume, which she hadn't worn in years.
And while that would get any regular guy going, I think Oliver's just seen Dinah too many times as Black Canary. I think he's still crossing his fingers for that Wonder Woman roleplay.
We cut to an undercover cop who's dressed as a prostitute to lure the slasher. This is intercut with images of the naked lady from before in more sexually suggestive positions. Then she is shown afraid as a knife is brandished in her face. The two other police officers lose sight of their partner. They run out of the car only to find her murdered in an alley.
Seattle's finest, ladies and gentlemen. They'll protect you by shoving their own people into the serial killer's arms.
We join back with Dinah and Oliver as they lay in bed. Oliver, apparently still musing about how old he's getting, asks Dinah to marry him. She says no.
Well, that sucks.
Dinah tries to tell Oliver that there's no reason to get married, as they already provide each other with all the components of a healthy relationship, with the added benefit of freedom. Oliver asks her if she wouldn't want to have kids. She says no, stating that despite the fact that she loves kids, she refuses to make orphans.
This raises a good point. Isn't it kind of irresponsible how superheroes have kids considering how dangerous their job is? Then again, that also raises the question of, if the heroes don't have kids and make them orphans, then where will the next generation of heroes come from? Non-orphans? Please.
Later, Oliver is working on his arrows in his little office. Dinah walks in and hands him an early birthday present, since she's leaving to inspect the lead she got. That night, an old couple is mugged and Green Arrow arrives, showcasing his new suit, which is what Dinah gave him. Oliver scares the would-be muggers into giving him information on the Seattle slasher. They tell him that the guy might live in the underground and Oliver is on his way. When the police arrive, they ask what the hero looked like. The junkies describe him as a demonic entity, while the old lady characterizes him more as a traditional Robin Hood.
See, Oliver, this is the kind of things that drugs make you see, not all green. Also, does the lady really think she was saved by Errol Flynn? 'Cause if she does, the kids may not be the only ones on something.
This is his world. You can feel him in the dark.
Batman?
Ollie finds what he believes to be the slasher's domain. While studying the newspaper clippings on the wall, he sees that the killer is a veteran of the Vietnam War. However, while he's off guard, the killer arrives and knocks Oliver down. I've been watching you. You're very good.
Really? 'Cause all he's done since he's gone to Seattle is gotten a few answers out of a few junkies. I'd hardly call that very good.
The slasher sets the room on fire, leaving Ollie to die. Ollie, however, quickly gets moving. During his escape, however, we get the closure to the naked lady's story, as it turns out she was the slasher's first victim. Oliver gets outside as the slasher has identified his next victim. Oliver rushes to stop him, but is too far behind. But another archer appears and kills the slasher. She disappears, but her actions were in the long run for nothing, as the girl is later murdered by her pimp. And our comic ends with Oliver more confused than ever.
Moral of the story: life is complicated with no real answers, and all your hard work will probably be undone by some random jackass. That was Green Arrow, the Longbow Hunters, Book 1. This comic was amazing.
Fantastic writing, fantastic art, fantastic character work, just all around a well put together book. It's no wonder this creator has become so attached to the character of Green Arrow.
Hopefully we'll be able to return to this series real soon. As always, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. This is the Watcher of New Earth, signing off.